We've got a 2014 Mustang in the shop today, and we're going to go over all the steps involved in installing this single adjustable ridetech coilover system. So the system includes a complete set of front struts, rear coilovers, rear lower mounting brackets for the rear coilovers, and heavy-duty sway bar end links. So some of the improvements we've made to this strut are we've moved the upper mount a little more inboard to create some more wheel and tire clearance. We've designed a rubber isolated upper mount to eliminate some of the NVH in the cockpit of the car. We've also designed, you can see this pocket here, an eccentric bolt mount to the spindle, so you have a camber adjustment available right down here. It simplifies this upper mount. This is our single adjustable strut, which features a rebound adjustment, which allows you to custom tailor the ride quality to your preferences and your driving style. So this is a complete coilover package, so that means you have selectable spring rate and also adjustable ride height. That also gives you the ability to select a spring rate which corresponds to what you're going to do with the car, whether you're going to set it up for track days, autocrossing, things like that, or if you just want improved ride quality. Prior to the install, we hit the ridetech test track to establish a performance baseline. The body roll was a little excessive, making this car a bit of a handful. We're doing this installation on a 2-post lift, but it could be completed on a set of jack stands in your driveway. Unbolt and remove the factory sway bar links. Unbolt the upper strut mount from the strut tower. Remove the bolts attaching the lower strut mount to the spindle. Swing the spindle out of the way and remove the strut from the car. So the top of the strut is offset inward for additional wheel clearance. You'll notice that if you look at this upper mount. So when you put it in the car, this notch needs to be pointing toward the wheel, like so. Install the assembled ridetech coilover into the strut tower. Temporarily install the strut with 2 of the 4 upper retaining bolts. Per the instructions, mark the strut tower where additional clearance is needed for the adjuster knobs. Remove the strut before clearancing the strut tower. Reposition the strut and install the upper mounting bolts. Install the spindle into the lower strut mount. Reuse the factory bolt in the lower hole and install the ridetech supplied eccentric bolt assembly in the upper hole. Install the sway bar end link using the supplied hardware. Tighten up the lower strut mount bolts. After we complete the front end alignment, we'll torque these to 120 foot-pounds. With the interior trim panels out of the way, unbolt the upper shock mount. Unbolt the lower shock mount and remove the shock from the vehicle. With the rear axle supported, disconnect the rear sway bar. Lower the rear axle until the coil spring is unloaded and can be easily removed. Per the instructions, clearance the factory shock mount for the new ridetech coilover. Install the lower mounting brackets with the supplied hardware. The upper shock mounting holes will need to be opened up slightly for the new ridetech mounting bushings. Seat the shock in the upper mounting hole, and with the supplied bearing spacers, install the lower mounting bolt. Install the upper bushing and backing plate and tighten the retaining nuts. Turn the coil spring adjusters to take all the slack out of the springs. An additional 2 or 3 turns of preload is a good starting point. With the car back on the ground, take a measurement at each wheel, then adjust the coil springs as necessary to achieve your desired ride height. The final step is to have the vehicle aligned. Back on the test track, the improvements to the car's stability and handling were immediately apparent without compromising the ride quality.